All right, so now we're ready to start brainstorming our ideas for our writing before we get into our drafting. And so the first thing that I'm going to ask you to do is grab a sheet of scrap paper, or you could do this on a Google Doc. Hopefully last week you settled on your topic that you're going to do and you thought about the model that you want to use for your writing. And so for me, the topic that I decided for my list of awesome things was what I call drive-by kisses. So on a sheet of paper, I'm just going to make probably a very messy web. And this is just a place for me to get my thinking down and to think about all of the ideas that I want to capture when I write about how awesome this thing is. And so when I think about drive-by kisses, the first thing that comes to mind is my son Jackson. And the thing that's important about Jackson and these drive-by kisses, and I want to make sure people understand, is that Jackson is 13. And you guys, even though you're 11 and 12, probably are at that point when you hit those teenage years where you don't hug your mom and dad very much anymore, or you don't give them kisses anymore. So I want to make sure that I want to add some details about the fact that he's 13. I'm going to put, doesn't like hugs and kisses. I might also put, for his idea of being 13, we're more interested in looking cool. When I'm thinking about that 13 too, in terms of like not liking hugs and kisses and looking cool, he doesn't spend, I would say would rather be in his room. Than hang out with his parents. I probably want to put some things in there too. It makes me a little bit sad because that's not how he always was, and you guys weren't that way either when you were little. Jackson always held my hand. Lots of hugs. And I may put like one little. So I think I want to include that in my writing just to kind of build that background. The other thing about drive-by kisses that people might not know is that the best thing about them is that they're always a surprise. It's something that doesn't happen, like I don't ask for them. They always kind of happen out of the blue. And so I think that's a key part of the drive-by kisses, is that it's not something that I asked for. It's like something that's taken by surprise. And so as you can see from my map, it's not totally full, and that's okay, but I've got some ideas down. So I know when I go to start drafting, these are the things that I want to make sure to include. These are the things that I think make drive-by kisses so awesome. These are the things that I want to add some details and do some of those things with the adjectives that we noticed in our mentor text. So I'm going to invite you now to go back and revisit your topic. Grab a sheet of paper, scrap paper. You can do it on a Google Doc if you want. And go ahead and kind of map out some of these ideas and some of these details for your topic for your awesome list. Remembering that when we looked at our must-have and could-have list, one of the best things I think that Josh said was that it was persuasive, like you were trying to sell it to somebody. So think about it in terms of you're trying to convince somebody why drive-by kisses are so awesome, or why whatever it is that's on your list is so awesome. What are the things that they're going to want to know? Remembering your audience as well. I'm going to ask you to snap a picture of the work that you did. I'm going to put it as an activity on Seesaw. You can do it directly on Seesaw if you want. You can upload your Google Doc if you want, or snap a picture of the work that you have done. So I'd like to see that by the end of the day today. And then in our next video, on our next slide, we'll talk about how to use this and how to start getting a draft done. I can't wait to see the amazing things that you guys come up with.